Come and take a ride with me. Welcome to my podcast. Call Wrestling Pedigree. It's the Rotz Report. Wrestling Pedigree.
What's up, everybody? It's Matty, and welcome to the Rotz Report. With my co-host, best thing to come out of Idaho, Christopher Rotz. How are you, sir?
I am doing good. This is episode number 4 of our Rotz Report and our first ever live show. I'm excited for this. I can't wait to talk to you and everybody else about wrestling, and it should be a fun and exciting show. And always say yeah to NoDQ.com.
Always got to plug it. Tonight's show, we'll be covering this past SmackDown, this past Raw, NXT Homecoming, and this past AEW Dynamite. After that, we'll be doing the AEW All Out and Wrestlepalooza predictions, where there will be some arguing between me and Rotz on that. Let's get straight into it before SmackDown starts. This past SmackDown, what is your review of that show?
My review on SmackDown, it was an all-right show, not to compare the other week when they were in Chicago. That Chicago was great. Last week was just a regular SmackDown episode. Brock Lesnar kicking off the show. And then R-Truth coming out, and I just says, why R-Truth? Why are you getting in the middle of Brock Lesnar? And it was funny with the promo between Brock Lesnar and R-Truth. And R-Truth says, you're here to mock my childhood hero, John Cena. And Brock says, who are you? And R-Truth says, I'm R-Truth. I'm Ron Cena. Brock Lesnar said, so you're Ron Cena. And then after that, Brock Lesnar just gave the F5 to R-Truth and put R-Truth to 99. Then we get into the action. Sami Zayn, Rey Fenix for the United States Championship. That was a great match between those two. It was a great match between those two. We all knew Sami Zayn was going to retain the United States Championship in his first title defense. And then in the backstage segment with Sami Zayn, Rey Fenix, I saw a mystery person in the back, and that mystery person is Shinsuke Nakamura. So I'm happy that they're going to put Shinsuke Nakamura back on television, and hopefully they can push Nakamura in WWE, like give him maybe the United States Championship again, or maybe go after the WWE Championship, whatever they want to do with him. And then we got the Women's Championship match with Tiffany Stratton, Jay Cargill. That ended in a no contest with Nia Jax interference. Now our concern about is Tiffany Stratton's going to be okay with the injury that happened. I know it's being rumored that we might be getting a women's triple threat championship match at Wrestlepalooza between Tiffany Stratton, Jay Cargill, and Nia Jax, but I'm hearing that's going to be rescheduled to next Friday SmackDown next Friday SmackDown from Orlando, Florida. And then we had Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre. No, not Cody, but Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. That was a good match there. Drew McIntyre gained the win. That was no brainer. And Cody Rhodes coming out. Cody told Drew McIntyre, I'll see you at Wrestlepalooza. And then, in the words of Adam Pearce, it is official. Cody Rhodes will face Drew McIntyre at Wrestlepalooza tomorrow for the WWE Championship. And that's just basically my review on SmackDown.
I thought it was a really good SmackDown. I thought from top to bottom it was a really good one. I really enjoyed um, Sammy versus Phoenix. That was a really good match. Um, I loved the Brock Lesnar ripping his pants and going to Stu and said, "Shit, Stu, why you ripped my pants?" I thought that was brilliant. The Ron Cena segment was funny. I didn't know it was Shinsuke in the background. So if it is Shinsuke tonight, that's going to be a really good match. Carmelo's got his shot tonight, so that's going to be good. It was a really good SmackDown. I like the main event. I was a bit pissed off with the women's title match because I hate these not like double countouts. But apart from that, it was really it was a good SmackDown and entertaining SmackDown. And with the QB1 back, I think SmackDown's going to be really interesting now. So let's switch on to what I think is the A show. Monday Night Raw. A lot of packing on the Monday Night Raw. What was your thoughts of that show?
My thoughts on Monday Night Raw is I think Raw was great this past Monday. John Cena kicking off the show, hyping up the crowd, hyping up his match against Brock Lesnar tomorrow at Wrestlepalooza. And if you guys did not hear the news from Pat McAfee's show, they had a breaking news segment, and the breaking news was that John Cena versus Brock Lesnar will be kicking off the premium live event tomorrow on ESPN. And it makes sense for Cena and Lesnar to kick off the first premium live event on ESPN and with a partnership with WWE and ESPN. But we'll talk about more with Cena and Lesnar when we give our predictions for Wrestlepalooza. So Cena's going to be ready for Brock tomorrow. I hope Cena becomes maybe Super Cena, or maybe John Cena could be Peacemaker John Cena. Whatever version of John Cena we get tomorrow is going to be great. Then we got Lyra versus Roxanne Perez. Lyra got the win over Roxanne, and then Raquel coming back out, attacking Lyra. And then we heard Bayley's theme song. Bayley's back. When those two locked eyes, Bayley's eyes just became dark, and Bayley just did this, trying to get the noise out of the way. And then Bayley started to hug people, and I just says, okay, is this going to be AJ Lee 2.0?
Mm-hmm.
But thank God Michael Cole was not on the broadcast for Monday Night Raw, because if so, would Bayley be hugging Michael Cole?
I think
I
it would have.
don't.
I think she would have. I think she would have.
And Michael Cole would have said, I thought we were not going to be friends. But, and then Bayley kept on hugging people. And I just says, okay, let's just see what Bayley does. And then we had Stephanie Valkyr versus Kairi Sane. Stephanie Valkyr introduced her new finishing move. It's still the same, but she does it in a different technique now. I'm glad Stephanie Valkyr is back on Monday Night Raw. and her speaking abilities is going so perfectly well. And I've been hearing the reason that they've been taking Stephanie Valkyrie off of TV lately is because she's been going to speaking classes to get her English work out and make sure she could do promos in English good, and that's why she's been speaking in some stuff in English perfectly so far. So that is the reason. I know people says, "Oh, she's out because of injury." She wasn't out of injury. She was doing speech classes to get her speaking abilities perfectly. So want to just bring that out. Penta, Kofi Kingston, that was a good match. I have to say, Penta is taking WWE by storm, and I love it. And I pop every single time when Penta does the Mexican Destroyer. I love it. Every time I see Penta do the Mexican Destroyer, I pop so hard, and I love the excitement with the Mexican Destroyer. It sucks that Big G, Grayson Waller, still has that darn petition that wants to get the Mexican Destroyer banned. Personally, that's not going to be banned. So, Penta, I hope you give Grayson Waller a Mexican Destroyer to teach him a lesson.
I hope that
Then
too.
and then the New Day and Big G attacked Penta backstage. I just hope they're not going to do like a repeat 6-man tag match with the Viking Raiders and Penta versus the New Day and Big G. I hope not. They need to do something different. And I feel what they could eventually do with Penta is easy. You reunite him with Ray Phoenix as the Lucha Bros. And I know Ray Phoenix, his former tag team partner, is Andrade. That is, he is no longer a part of WWE no more. I know he was having backstage stuff. So we want to wish Andrade his future endeavors, and wherever he goes next, we will support him no matter what. Hopefully, with Andrade, he can maybe go back to AEW or do CML stuff, or maybe go to TNA or do AAA. Whatever options out there for Andrade, he's going to go with whatever route he wants to go to. And then the opening segment with no, I already talked about the opening segment. We got the tag match with LA Knight, Jimmy Uso taking on the Visions, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. That was a good match, but the Vision got the win. Now, that's going to be the big question when we do our Wrestlepalooza predictions. The Vision got the win on Monday. Does that mean the Vision's going to lose tomorrow? We just have to find out and see when we get to our predictions. And then Jey Uso coming out. And then we saw LA Knight hitting the BFT on Jey Uso. And I feel like with that, it was 50-50 booking, because with Jay spearing LA Knight the 1 week, LA Knight had to get his redemption on Jey Uso. And we're going to have to keep an eye out, because with Jey Uso I feel like Jey Uso is almost sounding like Roman Reigns. What Roman is saying for all those years, Jey Uso is doing the same thing. Jey wants to be the tribal chief. Well, if he wants to be the tribal chief, you got to have the Ula Fala with him, and the Ula Fala is not on you. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out for Jay, keep an eye out for LA Knight. I hope they can have a feud with one of them, LA Knight, Jay Uso. I know those two are baby faces. Who would be a heel in this? I feel it's time that LA goes heel. I've been wanting LA Knight to go heel for a long time to get a character change, and it's his time. It's his time to go heel. With him being a baby face, it's just getting stale with LA Knight. It's time for him to go heel. And how's he going to go heel? I'll reveal that when we get to our Wrestlepalooza predictions. And that's just my take on Monday Night Raw.
What is your thoughts with what happened on Raw with the AJ Lee, Punk, and Rollins and Becky Lynch segment?
That from top to bottom with that segment was good. Rollins and Lynch were not getting on the same page, but hey, they planned it. They planned it. Seth Rollins always has a plan. He has a plan A. He has a plan B. He has a plan C. He has a plan D. And I'm not going to name all the alphabet I'm not doing that. So Seth has a plan, and he got out of the ring, and then Becky Lynch hitting AJ Lee with the manhandle slam, and that's the first time AJ Lee took a bump in the WWE. So we're gonna have to see how she does in the ring tomorrow in her mixed tag match with AJ Lee and CM Punk going up against the Vision, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. We're gonna have to see how she does in the ring tomorrow. I feel she's gonna have ring rust tomorrow, and then after that, she's gonna be picking up the pace. So tomorrow is gonna be ring rust, and then from there, she's gonna be picking up the pace. So that's my take on the face-to-face segment.
I thought Raw Monday Night Raw was really good until the main event. The opening segment was pretty good. I really got behind John. I mean, in his hometown, in his home college town where he played American football. I really enjoyed that segment. I love the Penta versus Kofi match. That was a really good match. Good finish. Crazy springboard Mexican destroyer. That was amazing. And I don't know if anyone's seen it online, but Hang 'em High, it was a massive Penta fan, did justice on that with the smooth operator and the Sonic rings. So that was brilliant.
And the Mexican Destroyer.
Yes, absolutely. And then obviously Stephanie versus Kairi Sane, that was a really, really good match. I like the new version of Stephanie's finisher. It's a good storyline. It'll be. I got a gut feeling, which I will say on the prediction, but the women's division on Monday Night Raw is, as usual, is just phenomenal, and I really look forward to what they bring out after Wrestlepalooza. But there's so much going on. You got Dirty Dom, you got Rusev challenging Dirty Dom now for the Intercontinental title. There's still bad blood in the Judgment Day between Finn and Dirty Dom and El Americano. So there's so much going on Raw, but then you hit the main event, and I thought I was watching the week before main event because it's the same outcome. Division wins. The tag team, LA and Jay fight, and then one of them knocks the other one out, and it's just quite repetitive. Monday Night Raw, but it's going to be different tomorrow. It's going to obviously be different on Monday. So yeah, it was a good Raw, but they lacked lackluster main event. So let's go to the biggest show of the week before the pay-per-views, and that is NXT Homecoming, which had everything for me. What do you think of the? Well, just a lot of nostalgia on NXT.
NXT, 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 NXT. I had to just do the NXT thing because NXT Homecoming was definitely a homecoming. We had Triple H, Shawn Michaels. That was a good segment to open up Homecoming, and Triple H, that is his baby. That will always be his baby, the NXT brand. And Triple H said to Shawn, what if I could take it all back? And Shawn's going to say, what are you going to do about it? And then William Regal came out. William Regal says, War Games. And I just said, oh my gosh, are we going to get the main roster versus NXT at Survivor Series War Games? That is the one thing that came across to my mind. But I know they were just having fun. They were having fun on the broadcast, and I don't think that's going to happen. I feel if it is going to happen, I think the War Games match will probably happen NXT versus TNA. That is what I'm seeing. And then we have the women's tag team title match, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss versus the Callings, Tina Paxley and Izzy Dame. That was a good match there. Charlotte Flair, she got her NXT theme song with her before she came out. So that was a good thing. And then after the match, yeah, it was expected. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss were gonna retain, and Izzy Dame, she was unhappy after that match. So we're gonna have to keep an eye out if Izzy Dame and Tana Patsy is gonna get on the same page, or maybe Izzy Dame is just like all the other Tana Patsy friends she had. She just kicks them to the curb.
Mhm.
So we're gonna have to see with that. We also had the DIY versus Trick Mellow Gang. Unfortunately, I picked DIY in that match. But it was a good, solid match. The Miz helping Trick Mellow Gang win. That was gonna build up momentum for Carmelo Hayes going up against Sami Zayn tonight for the United States Championship on SmackDown. Yeah, I would love for Carmelo Hayes to win the United States Championship tonight, but I just feel Sammy's going to keep the belt a little much longer. And then DIY's theme music. Tommaso Ciampa had his NXT theme, No One Will Survive. And then we finally heard Rebel Heart with Johnny Gargano. That was great that they were allowed to use their NXT theme songs just for a one-off. Maybe down the road they could use it on the main roster. So let's hope they could down the road. And then we had interactions. We had with Soruka, Zarya, Laney Reed, and we saw Shayna Baszler coming out. I just said, oh my gosh, is Shayna Baszler going to be back in WWE again? I think she is back maybe as a producer in a way, but I hope they could just sign her back to another contract and have and utilize Shayna Baszler the right way. Have us push Shayna Baszler to like the NXT Shayna Baszler, what we have seen. I wish they could bring Shayna Baszler back for good. And And then Damian Priest having an interaction with Tavion Heights. And Damian Priest said to Tavion Heights, you're going to be facing All Ego Ethan Page at No Mercy for the NXT North American Championship, which NXT No Mercy does take place a week from tomorrow, next Saturday. But we will be giving our predictions next week on the Rotz Report for NXT No Mercy predictions. So look out for that. And then we had Ethan Page versus Tyler Breeze. That was a good match. Happy that Tyler Breeze didn't miss a beat whatsoever in his wrestling match. I'm happy with how Tyler Breeze presented himself. And now it was expected. Ethan Page got the win. And also he was looking at the Latina AAA champion, El Hidel Dr. Ragnar Jr. So maybe we're going to see Ethan Page and Dr. Ragnar Jr. down the road. And then we had Alexis King promo. And when the lights go out, I just says, I know who this is. It is Finn Balor. And when he had his babyface theme song, I just said, oh my gosh, it was Finn Balor. And personally, I'm happy that Finn Balor came down to NXT and become a babyface. Just a one-off. It was just a one-off for the NXT Homecoming. And then Miles Bourne came out, and then Finn Balor hit Lexis King with the coup de grace. That was good. And then we got to our main event. The main event was good. Rhea Ripley, Lyra Valkyria, and Stephanie Valkyr. And if you guys didn't know, Tiffany Stratton was supposed to be in this 6-women tag match, but she got injured on last Friday on SmackDown in her match with Jade Cargill. So
a concussion.
Concussion. So we're sorry that if we said Tiffany Stratton last week, now they changed their mind and they had to put in Lyra Valkyria as her replacement. It was a good match. They got the win. And also I forgot about, we saw the Grayson Waller effect with Oba Femi and Ricky Saints. That was a good segment. Trick Williams came out, and then next week we're going to get Oba Femi and Trick Williams, champion versus champion, winner take all. That is interesting, to say the least, because I have a gut feeling that I feel that's going to end in a no contest, because I feel we're going to get an invasion with TNA on Tuesday's episode. So it's not going to be all the championships are going to be together. No, the champions are not going to be together. There's going to be an invasion next week, and I'm overhearing we're going to get an NXT versus TNA premium live event. So if they do have the NXT versus TNA premium live event, I feel they might be calling it WWE's Invasion. An old WWE pay-per-view. They could use it for NXT, WWE Invasion, NXT versus TNA. And that was just my take on NXT Homecoming.
I thought NXT Homecoming was really, really, really good. I absolutely loved it. I thought from top to bottom, the opening segment with Triple H and Shawn Michaels and William Regal with the War Games, and then was like, I loved it. I love when William Regal comes out. Bliss and Flair coming out And let's mention past wrestlers like Paige and Amber. That was a good moment. Really good women's tag team match. I do feel that Cullen are going to kick out Tatum next week, and I can see Tatum go to TNA. Tyler Breeze versus Ethan Page, really good match. This was Tyler Breeze's first match in like 2021 in June, so that was a crazy stat. It was a really good match. Ethan is on a credible role, even though he lost at Worlds Collide. But I'm with you. I think Dr. Wagner Jr. versus Ethan Page is coming soon. I think it will be at Numerous, just after No Mercy. Obviously, we got Heights versus Page, but it could turn into a triple threat match at No Mercy. It could happen. The Grace of Water effect was there. He was causing trouble. All throughout the show, we had Vic Joseph saying that TNA is pissed. And on social media, especially on Twitter, when I was watching it live and flicking through Twitter, Mike Santana was pissed. And so was Tom and just every Slammy Rich. The only person that was smart and left was Jordan Grace. Jordan got out there early because she thought the invasion was this week. But it was a really good NXT, good nostalgia, a couple of alumni coming in like Priest and Shayna Baszler, Bobby Roode, which I swear to God they ripped on Roode. Roode thought there was going to be an audience and there was not, and it was silent. But yeah, it was really good. I loved the main event, and I'm surprised Booker T is still alive after a doubles kiss. But I'm more looking forward to next week for the winner takes all match. I agree with you. It's going to be like a DQ, no contest, and the invasion will start. This is a good build up. This is actually really smart for WWE to make everyone believe that WWE is pissing on TNA. Yet everyone now is going to tune into TNA to see who will turn up for who from NXT is going to turn up on TNA. And then people will watch NXT to see who's going to turn up from TNA to like attack NXT. So it's smart. It's a really good storyline, and I cannot wait what they do because they got some of the best rosters on both sides. And talking of best rosters, there is actually some best rosters in the other promotion, and that is AEW. We're talking about AEW Dynamite, where I'll give you a quick review on mine. I thought it was a really good show. I loved the build up between Hangman Page and Kyle Fletcher. I feel Tony Stark could sell me a bag of sand for £1 million and I'll buy it. Because that's how much Tony could do anything. And the matches, good build up matches. And feel sorry for Dax's nose. But that is my review. Apart from also MJF having a go at Tony Khan, that was pretty good. But it was once again a good show for AEW Dynamite. But what do you say about AEW Dynamite this past week?
Well, I was only able to watch up until 8 until maybe 10 because I had to just get to bed because I wasn't still feeling good. But the show was good in my opinion. I like the build with Hangman and Kyle Fletcher. Hangman and Kyle Fletcher, they have a good stipulation on for their match tomorrow. If any member of the Don Callis family gets involved, then Kyle Fletcher will be stripped of the TNT championship. So that was a good stipulation. MJF going to Tony Khan's backstage in his room, yelling at him, and Tony Khan. And this is the thing. Why would MJF yell at Tony Khan if Tony Khan was at your wedding? Why would you yell at him? And personally, I feel Tony Khan should have just says, "I wish I would have never went to your wedding in the first place." But I feel like that was all for the storylines with him and Mark Briscoe. That's going to be tables and tax match tomorrow, so that's going to be a good match there. The FTR, Adam Copeland, Christian Cage. That was a good segment there. FTR says, we could have made this a dream match, but you took it personal. And I'm going to give props with FTR. They were naming different tag teams from different promotions like Enzo and Big Cass, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. When I heard that, I said, oh my gosh. And also Adam Copeland did the same thing when him and Christian Cage were in the other company with WWE. They even made a match into a pay-per-view, TLC, with the Hardys and the Dudleys. So that was a good segment there. The Tekla Sky Blue match for the I think it was a false count anywhere or a brawl match. I don't know what it was. Tekla got the win.
It was Tekla versus Queen Atma.
Queen Ananada.
Yeah.
Tekla got the win.
Yeah.
Tekla got the win. She built momentum for her women's championship match tomorrow at AEW All Out. And that was just my overall review on AEW. I know it went to 3 hours, and I didn't finish watching the 3-hour AEW show after that.
Well, it's understandable because you're unwell, but let's see tomorrow they're doing a 7-hour show. So you've got plenty of time to watch it. So that is AEW review. That's all this past week's. Before we go on to the predictions, we have an excellent deal for you guys. NFL and NBA season coming about, and if you want some decent merchandise for your team, this is the place to do it. Even if Halloween's coming up, we got the autumn just coming up, or as you Americans say, the fall. We are bound to have anything that you really want, whether it's from bands, from TV shows. This allglory.com has everything for you. Excellent quality, great material. And if you go to allglory.com and then when you check out and type in the discount pedigree, we will give you 15% off your purchase. Also, allglory.com do free delivery, and if you order before 2 p.m. Eastern, you will get same-day delivery. So it's allglory.com, and at the checkout, type in pedigree, and you get 15% off. That's exclusive to Wrestling Pedigree listeners and viewers. So that's allglory.com. Check out pedigree. And someone's had a little break. There he is. You sneaky sod. All right, now let's get into some predictions. Hang on a minute. There is someone that I don't like. Justin says, All Out seems like a predictable show in my opinion. Oh, and just before that, we're going to do our predictions. So All Out is from Toronto, Canada, and there's about 13 matches on here.
Oh, that's a lot of matches.
That is, it'll probably be some on the 0 hour, hopefully. I freaking hope there is. Because when this goes out, this will be 3 o'clock your guys' time, innit? Eastern.
Yeah, be
So,
3 o'clock our time, and I don't know when's this event's going to be done.
well, seeing as it's 8 o'clock British Standard Time in the evening, I'm thinking this will probably finish about 2 o'clock in the morning. But I'll be switching to Wrestlepalooza at midnight. So, um, yeah, that's crazy. That's 13 matches. That literally by the time WWE do the first match with John Cena and Brock, it could be the main event. It could be Hangman versus Kyle. That's crazy. The first match on here is Harley Cameron, Mina Sharakawa, R Queen, and Willow versus Mega Bane, Vanellope Ford, and the Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue. I will go for the faces. Who would you go for?
I got the heels winning this. I got Megan Bain, Penelope Ford, and the Triangle of Madness, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue.
So we could give our predictions now because I filled out all my forms for the prediction league. So whoever is facing me, screw you. So for the second match, Daniel Garcia versus Shitaba, as I call him. I got Garcia. I think he's on a roll now. Who have you got?
I totally agree with you. I have Daniel Garcia winning this. This is his first match being a heel, joining up with the Death Riders, and you got to have him look strong, winning this. And this is Daniel Garcia's and Shibata's third match with one another. So Daniel Garcia gets the job done.
Oh, absolutely. Then the third match is Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs, the Ops, versus the Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry and JD Drake. I got the Ops.
I got the Ops too, and personally, I don't feel bad for the Workhorsemen whatsoever. They're gonna get smashed. They're going to get they're going to get hurt tomorrow by the Ops.
The three matches I just said are going to be on the pre-show, apparently. So that ain't bad.
And before we get into the main card, if you guys want to watch these matches tomorrow, these matches will be happening on the TNT/HBO Max. They're going to be on TV cable providers for AEW Tailgate Brawl tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So these matches will take place on TV cable providers tomorrow. And the 0 hour will just be hyping up the matches, doing interviews. That is what you're going to be seeing tomorrow on the 0 hour. The matches will take place on TNT and HBO Max. We want to give you guys that information for tomorrow's AEW All Out event.
I think on the international, I think it'll be on Trailer. I think it'll be on Trailer TV because they're advertising it like that. And it's free, so it's worth it. Let's start them all out, which by the looks of it, this is probably be the route they'll go down. Adam Copeland and Christian Cage versus FTR. I got FTR. Who have you got?
I was conflicted on this match because, yeah, I feel Adam Copeland and Christian Cage should put FTR over in this match. And also, I had to think about this. When is Adam Copeland's AEW contract up? That's the thing that I was conflicted about. But hey, this is in Canada, and Adam Copeland is from Canada. So I feel Adam Copeland and Christian Cage are going to get the win tomorrow.
You're hoping for a hometown babyface win.
Yes.
We got the Hurt Business. Oh, sorry, the Hurt Syndicate. Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP versus Ricochet and GOA or Bishop Khan and Tor Noah. Who have you got for this one?
I got Ricochet and GOA.
Oh, I got the Hurt Syndicate. I think they're gonna slap the that shit out of Ricochet. That's what I think. That's gonna be good. Justin just made a nice thing there. That's nice, isn't it? He's getting cancelled everywhere, isn't he?
I think he is.
Oh, he's getting cancelled everywhere. If you're not watching this, there's a friend of ours that just messaged saying, "Screw Canada," which from America at the moment, that is not that good. Next match, Mercedes Moné versus, which is his favorite, really, because it's from Boston. Mercedes Moné versus Rio for the AEW TBS title. I go from Moné. Who have you got?
I'm going to say Mercedes Moné is going to retain the TBS championship.
And I know this for a fact that Justin, who really, really likes her, as go on Monet and all, because Boston keep together. We have Darby Allin versus John Moxley in a coffin match. I gone for Darby Allin. Who we got?
I feel with this coffin match, I feel this is going to be the match that's going to close out the show. I feel this is the match that's going to main event the show. I got John Moxley winning this tomorrow.
Oh, any reason why?
Because of Daniel Garcia. I feel Daniel Garcia is going to help help John Moxley, and we know that there's going to be shenanigans in this match tomorrow. So, and Darby Allin, he only lost one coffin match. I think he's going to lose his second coffin match tomorrow.
I think Darby's 1-1 that at the moment. So yeah, he's very even on that in AEW. Next match, Mark Briscoe versus MJF, a tables and tax match. I go for Mark Briscoe.
I got MJF.
Why have you gone for that, Git?
Because this is the thing. Mark Briscoe, I just don't think they're going to be pushing Mark Briscoe that much. I feel they're going to go with MJF, and MJF is a bigger star than Mark Briscoe.
I feel if Mark Briscoe beat the shit out of MJF so much that MJF will have to take his honeymoon then. Timeless Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander versus Seka. A four-way match for the AEW Women's World Championship. Or has Timeless Tony Storm says 4 ways to die. I gone for Jamie Hayter, but that's just because I'm British. But who are you going for?
I'm going to go with a brand new AEW Women's World Championship in Chris Statlander.
Do you think they will come out to help her?
The Death Riders?
Yes.
I have a gut feeling Chris Statlander might be joining the Death Riders, but what if they swerve us in a way? What if they decide, let's put Jamie Hayter with the Death Riders?
That's a good one. I was thinking, I do think it's going to be Chris, But I'm thinking it's going to be someone that's going to be a massive swerve. Like you said, like a Jamie Hayter. But I'm thinking Willow. I think it might be Willow. I think with Willow, she's been discussing it throughout a few weeks to take the stuff away from her. So I think it could be Willow coming out. Before we move on, do you want to answer what this Boston guy just said about your Lakers?
Mark Briscoe is like the Lakers. They suck. Justin, my Lakers don't suck at all. We're gonna be good this year. I hope so. But this is the thing, Justin. The Lakers, we always win championships. With Boston, you guys always deflate footballs, you guys deflate basketballs. So, but I give you guys props. I give you guys props for winning the NBA championship a couple years back. So I hope it's going to be a good NBA season.
I can't say much. I'm a Nets fan. The next one is the Hangman Page versus Cole Fletcher for the AEW World Title. If any member of the Don Callis family interfere, Fletcher will be disqualified and stripped of his TNT championship. I go for Hangman. Who are you going for?
I'm totally agree with you. I got Hangman Adam Page winning.
He's still biting it, dude. He's still biting it. Terrible. We have friends on here and they try to take over. Just terrible. Typical Boston. I think the Hangman Page versus Cole Fletcher could be the show stealer, but I think the one I'm about to go up to in a couple of times will be one. The next match, Okada versus Takeshita and Dodora for a three-way title match for the unified AEW Championship. Who have we got here?
Well, I was going back and forth with Okada and Tatesta. And I'm going to go out with the limb, and I'm going to say Konosuke Tatesta is going to be the new AEW Unified Championship.
No. There was a bit like that between them. So yeah, I'm with you. I think it's gonna be Takeshita. I think it's gonna be good. I think that match could be a good show stealer. My favorite match is the next match because I'm looking forward to see this dude come back. Big Bill versus Eddie Kingston. I got Eddie. Who have you got?
I'm agreeing with you. I got Eddie Kingston. This is his first match back in AEW. And I feel it with Eddie Kingston, a Big Bill match. I just feel like this match is a waste of time. They could have just had it on an AEW show. This don't really need to be on the pay-per-view. So
it's Eddie Kingston though. It's Eddie Kingston. It's a lifeblood of AEW. And if you don't love Eddie Kingston, you don't love wrestling. That's what I always say. But we're both on par on there. Eddie Kingston beats the shit out of Big Bill. Now, this match could be the show stealer because I love these kind of matches. It's the 4-way ladder match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. We got Brodito, Young Bucks, Jet Speed, and the Don Callis family of Horatio and Josh Alexander. I think we're going to get new champs. But who do you think will win first?
I already know where you're going with this. You said new champs. I got new champs as well. Chat room, if you guys are going to get angry, don't get angry. Just breathe in and breathe out. We saw this team become bums. We saw this team had crazy entrance music. We saw these two teams. This team had jobber names. We saw this team had, they won the money. And if you win the money, you get the championships. I got the Young Bucks winning tomorrow. And here's why the Young Bucks win the tag team champions. I think we're going to get down the road Young Bucks versus Adam Copeland and Christian Cage for the AEW World Tag Team Champions down the road.
That's not a bad call there. So my one that I was going to say was Jet Speed. I feel, especially as people, Mike, it's been unbelievable at the moment, and I think they deserve to have a title run. So that is all of AEW. So that's all 13 matches, including the pre-show on what was it? Where do you watch that again?
Where you watch the AEW Tailgate Brawl is you guys are going to be, if you're from the United States, you guys are going to be watching it on TNT/HBO Max. It starts at 2:00, so you'll get all three of the matches tomorrow. And then at 3:00, you'll be switching over to HBO Max or Prime Video, wherever you are going to be watching AEW All Out tomorrow. Or if you're going out with your family, if you're going out with your friends, go up to a Dave & Buster's tomorrow, and you guys could watch AEW All Out that way. So you guys have options in the United States to watch AEW All Out. If you are not from the United States, Matty, where can everybody watch AEW All Out in your neck of the woods?
You can find the tailgate at Triller TV. Triller TV is the place that will show the tailgate. And they'll show, along with YouTube, the 0 hour. But to watch the 3 matches, it will be on Triller TV International. So after this, we did it easy where people could watch the shows. This next pay-per-view is a bit complicated for you guys over there. Wrestlepalooza. It's going to be the name that CM Punk does, not like it's in Indiana. Indiana. I could call that. Pat McAfee returns. There's 5 matches, but we brought hearing up a second match, sixth match. Let's count that one in. So the 6th match, thing. Tiffany Stratton will defend her title against Jade Cargill and Nia Jax. If that was the case, I will go Jade. Who would you go?
If that match would to take place, I would just have Tiffany Stratton retain the women's championship, and then from there we could get Tiffany versus Jade 1-on-1, and Jade Cargill becomes the new women's champion there. Or they might be setting up Tiffany versus Bianca Belair for the women's championship, and maybe Bianca Belair is the one to dethrone Tiffany Stratton, and then we could get Bianca and Jade maybe being besties at first and saying, I'm happy that you won the championship, and maybe Jade Cargill goes heel, and maybe we can get Bianca versus Jade for the women's championship, maybe at a WrestleMania. So that's where I'm seeing it. So right now, if that match does take place tomorrow, I'm going with Tiffany Stratton.
I think Tiffany's had this title since January. She's only lost one match this year. So I think they'll do the triple threat. She will be the one getting pinned. It'll be Nia, and then I think Jade will do that. We have Io Sky versus Stephanie Valkyrie for the vacant Women's World Championship, previously held by the pregnant Naomi. Who have you got here?
Well, I feel this is going to be match of the night. It's going to be match of the night. And personally, they had a match on the Raw after WrestleMania. They had another match on a Monday Night Raw episode. But those two matches did not have a clean finish whatsoever. And now this is their third chance, and this is their third opportunity to go out there and put on a banger of a match. And they are. This match tomorrow is going to steal the whole entire night at Wrestlepalooza. I've been going back and forth lately, and I made my decision up. I got La Primera, Stephanie Valkyrie, to become the new women's championship. If they were going to put, and this is the thing, the reason I'm going with Stephanie is because Io Sky, she's been having an ongoing storyline with the Kabuki Warriors, and I think the Kabuki Warriors are going to go heel. That is no doubt in my mind. And Io Sky is going to have a fine tag partner. Well, her tag team partner is going to be Rhea Bloody Ripley. And I see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky taking on the Kabuki Warriors at Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. So that's where I'm seeing it. If they would put the title on Io Sky, it was possible they could end up having Asuka help Io Sky, and Io Sky maybe turns heel and goes back with the Kabuki Warriors. They could do swerves. You know, WWE, they could swerve us with a lot of different routes, different stuff that they want to throw fans off. But I don't see it. And this thing, if they would put the title on Io Sky, it won't change the narrative. She still has the ongoing storyline with the Kabuki Warriors, and maybe we get Io Sky versus Asuka for the championship. But I feel if Io is going to be champion, there's not going to be much they could do with her. They didn't do much with her in her first title reign, in her previous reign. They didn't do much with Io Sky as Women's World Championship. I feel that there's a lot more that they could do with Stephanie as champion that they would do with Io Sky as champion. And Io Sky, she's talented. She's talented across the board. She don't need that championship whatsoever. It is Stephanie Valkyrie's time, and they're going to put the rocket to her tomorrow, and she's going to lead the Raw's women's division into the future on Netflix and all the PLEs moving forward.
I agree with you. It's definitely going to be Stephanie. I feel Oscar will cause the title match for EO. I can see Oscar going heel. I can't see Kairi Sane going heel. The way she has been for the last 3 weeks, I love this face of Kairi Sane, especially this past week. But yeah, it's definitely going to be Stephanie Valkyrie for the win. Next one, Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre for the I hate this. It's not even undisputed anymore. For the WWE Championship. Who have you got?
Well, this is going to be Cody Rhodes' first title defense. So yeah, Cody Rhodes is going to definitely retain, but I wouldn't be shocked if this is the first ESPN premium live event. They could pull a shocker. They could pull a shocker tomorrow and say, hey, we're going to put the title on Drew McIntyre to give that shock value and say, oh my gosh, Drew McIntyre won the WWE Championship on an ESPN pay-per-view, on an ESPN. That would be shocker. That would be the shock value right there. And everybody's going to say, oh, they're going to be having the shock values, the surprises, and everything moving forward. But would I want to see Drew McIntyre as champion? Yes, I would love for him to be a championship and finally have a good, proper run instead of a 5-minute title reign from what happened at WrestleMania 40. Thanks to CM Punk. So yeah, Cody Rhodes is going to retain, and I feel we will get a proper feud with Cody and Drew McIntyre after Wrestlepalooza. I feel this is going to be Cody Rhodes' fall feud. This could go into Crown Jewel. This could go into Survivor Series, or maybe Saturday night's main event in November. So I feel they're going to take this to the fall. And then after that, you could build up new competitors for Cody Rhodes to defend the WWE Championship. I feel Cody's going to hold on to that WWE Championship all the way to WrestleMania. And I'm gonna spoil it. I feel the WrestleMania main events for the WWE Championship is going to be Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton is going to go heel down the road, maybe towards the end of 2025 or going into 2026. And I feel Randy Orton is going to be the guy that's going to dethrone Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas.
I agree with you for some of that, but I feel it's going to be a small finish, and I think it's going to be no contest. I think Matty is going to come out and he's going to turn heel tomorrow, and I feel he's going to RKO both men, and it at Crown Jewel is going to be a triple threat. I feel after that and the build up, I think we might get a McIntyre title run. I think we deserve a Drew McIntyre title run, but I think it's going to be the smallest finish, and I think it'll be a no contest. This match I'm looking forward to. CM Punk and his lovely wife AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins, and apparently, according to Bleacher Report, the greatest women's wrestler ever, Becky Lynch. I gone for Punk and Lee. Who have you gone?
I'm agreeing with you. This is AJ Lee's first match back in WWE for over a decade. I got CM Punk and AJ Lee, and I'm going to take it a step further. AJ Lee pins or submits Becky Lynch tomorrow, and that's how you set up AJ Lee, Becky Lynch feud for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And I'm also going to say this. I think AJ Lee is going to be the one to dethrone Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And then with Punk also winning, that's going to set up Punk Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship once again. So Punk and AJ Lee for the win.
I agree. Absolutely. The Usos versus Division of Reed and what I call it the Bron Brons. I gone for Division. Who are you going for?
I'm totally in agree with you. I got the Bron Brons winning tomorrow. It's because of LA Knight. I think LA Knight is going heel tomorrow. I feel his character needs some major work. I feel he's going to his character needs to change tomorrow. He's going to go heel. And I'm just going to say it. I think LA Knight's joining the Vision.
Wow.
I
That is
think
massive shock.
I think LA Knight joins the Vision, and it's going to set up maybe when we get into Survivor Series War Games, it is going to be the first ever mixed War Games match where you're going to get Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, the Braun Brawns, and LA Knight taking on Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, CM Punk, and AJ Lee. I feel we're going to get a mixed War Games match. And this is the thing. If you can't beat them, you must just join them. And that's what LA Knight is going to do. He's going to sell out. He's going to go heel, and he's going to join the Vision.
I'll be very surprised if he joins the Vision because he's so obsessed with the world title. But I'll be happy to see that swerve. I will be happy to see that swerve. The main event will be the first match of the night. It will be Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Rip pants and all for Brock. Who have you got for this match?
I'm going to let you go first on this match.
I got Cena in this match. I feel he will go to Suplex City a couple of times, not give up, hit a couple of AAs, and we get the win. And then we see who is the next opponent will be at Crown Jewel.
Now it's my turn. I'm agreeing with you. I feel John Cena is going to win tomorrow. He's going to get his 100th win at a PLE. Brock Lesnar, this is his first match back in WWE. I feel this is going to be a punishment for Brock Lesnar. He's going to take the L tomorrow. And that punishment is because of the allegations that were on Brock Lesnar with the whole Vince McMahon thing. That's going to be a little bit of a punishment that he's going to lose tomorrow. Cena's going to get the win. I feel Cena Lesnar, they're going to have a handshake, and that's where Cena's going to have. And then his next challenger will come out, and we're going to find out who's going to be facing John Cena at Crown Jewel in Perth, because this is the thing. After tomorrow, the next time we won't see John Cena still Crown Jewel. So he's not advertised for any Raw episodes. He's not advertised for any SmackDown episodes. So we're going to have to put our thinking caps on. And chat room, is if you're still with us, we encourage you all to give a name to see who you guys think his next challenger is going to be. I'm asking you this, Matty. Who do you see John Cena facing at Crown Jewel in Perth, knowing that Cena Lesnar's opening up the show tomorrow? And do you think something big is going to happen at the end of this match?
I said this on my X account. I think Uncle Howdy will be John Cena's next opponent, just because of the appearances. You have Uncle Howdy that could do vignettes and videos and promos all until Crown Jewel. He could build that match up so much that they don't need John Cena to be at Raw or SmackDown. And we will have, because there's a lot of history between Cena and the Wyatt family. And I can see this match. And I wouldn't mind seeing this match. I think this match will be really good for Bo. And I really, really good for us to see what would be the final chapter of the Wyatt family and John Cena.
Now that's actually an interesting thing. I know what I've been noticing on WWE programming, I've been noticing that every time they put the Wrestlepalooza thing, I've been seeing lightning bolts going off. And I just says, okay, is this confirming? Are we going to see the final boss, The Rock, showing up tomorrow? But I don't think he's going to show up tomorrow because he's not in wrestling shape at the moment. He's doing a movie. So that cancels The Rock out. We're not going to see, I would love to see John Cena, Roman Reigns again, but Roman Reigns is off doing a movie.
Where is the movie?
The movie is Street Fighters.
Where is it being filmed?
I don't even know.
Australia. It could be.
That could be. Maybe we can see maybe a video package and Roman Reigns popping up and says, hey, I'm still in Australia filming whatever they're going to do. And they could do Cena versus Reigns, but I don't really think they're going to go with that route. I know you brought about Uncle Howdy. That's an interesting point. The next big superstar that I could see them doing tomorrow, if we're going to get a big surprise tomorrow, what if we get the return of Chris Jericho?
Is he still contracted in AEW?
He's still in contract, but Jericho's not going to go back to AEW. So the thing is this, maybe Triple H talk to Tony Khan. Triple H maybe say, hey, I want to buy out Chris Jericho's contract and have him appear on WWE TV, and they can get the ball rolling with Jericho as soon as tomorrow. So, and John Cena also had a match with Chris Jericho. So I think they could do John Cena, Chris Jericho for Crown Jewel and Perf. But the thing is this, whatever happens at the end of that match tomorrow, something big is going to happen that's going to get everybody talking to say, oh my gosh, that was a big surprise. And we're just going to have to see who Cena faces next at Crown Jewel and Perf.
Absolutely. And it's going to be a crazy, crazy weekend, starting in about an hour and a half. Hour and 10 minutes. Once again, amazing show. It's going to be an amazing weekend. So much wrestling. Don't forget your indie local shows. We'll be putting on amazing shows wherever you guys are. So, Ross, where can people find you?
Well, I want to thank Matty for bringing this on tonight. We are going to be completing episode 4. Next week will be episode number 5. You can't see me. Where you guys can find me at is my Instagram, CMROTZ_1316. My Facebook account, Christopher Rotz. My X account, CRotz24. You guys can find me in all of the wrestling leagues out there. You guys can find me on MWL. You guys can find me on Simply Predicting with Noah Foster, JJ Williams, Walter Cruz. You guys can find me on there doing panel videos for them. And all other leagues out there, you guys can find me on. Also, I'm in a prediction league with Sean Bally and with his friends, with Renegades, and also the NFL Prediction League, what he runs. So you guys can find me on there. I had a blast tonight on the first live show of Rotz Report. Chat room, I hope you guys enjoyed our show tonight. There's going to be many more live shows to come, and I just can't wait to talk to you guys about wrestling starting up next week. But I want to say I hope you guys enjoy Friday Night SmackDown tonight. Hope you guys enjoy AEW All Out and Wrestlepalooza tomorrow. And Sunday is going to be a day of rest. So hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Be careful. Be safe. Treasure your mentality. And always think positive instead of the negatives. And just enjoy life to the fullest.
I can say that better myself. You can find Wrestling Pedigree on Instagram and YouTube, Wrestling Pedigree 92. You can find us on our Facebook page, Wrestling Pedigree. You can find me on Twitter at Matty W freaking A, where I'm just causing a lot of trouble on there with what I'm saying. You can also find my brand new book that's just gone live today on Amazon and Kindle, called Wrestling Positivity, where I just write about as a fan growing up and now of WCW, ECW, and AEW, the highs and lows. As a fan, from my perspective, from a bloke in Bristol, United Kingdom. We got so much going on. We got the Rotz Report next week for episode 5. We got the Wrestling Pedigree with me and Steve back next week after his vacay. And we have so much going on during the Wrestling Pedigree that if anyone wants to come on for a guest on the Rotz Report and on Wrestling Pedigree, hit us 3 up. Myself, Rotz, and Steve. And we just talk wrestling, positive, and just enjoy life because it's too freaking short. So if there's anything else, that's from me, from Rotz. Just enjoy wrestling this weekend. And yes, Rotz.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
It's because you saw the show, isn't it? I gotta love Joe Hendry. Yeah, thank you guys. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you next week for the Rotz Report. It will be midweek, and let's enjoy.